Hello, curious ones, and welcome to episode 2 of Brian Abroad. Why yes, I am wearing the exact same sweater as in my first video, but in camo this time. Is that voguing? I don't know. In today's video, I'm going to be covering I'm going to be covering 5 things I wish that I knew before renting my apartment in China. Now, I rent a pretty small and humble apartment here in Beijing because it's just me, you know, by myself, alone. So some of this might not be true for every apartment in this area, and of course not for every apartment in China. This video might be helpful for you if you are also thinking about teaching abroad in China one day, or if maybe you're already on your way here, which I know that Miss Rona has made much harder recently. Or maybe you're just interested in learning about how different people live in different parts of the world. So if any of this applies to you or is intriguing to you, please stay tuned for my list of 5 things 10 things. 5 things I wish I knew before I rented my apartment in China. Thing number 1 is that here in China, we usually pay rent 3 months at a time. So we're only paying rent 4 times a year. Most people, we get paid once a month. So you need to be careful with your money. You can't spend your whole paycheck and then find out 3 months later that you didn't save the money for your rent payments. Your first time signing the contract is also going to be a little bit more expensive because there's usually some type of service fee, or if you've gone through an agency to find your apartment, there may be an agency fee, and that is also in both instances usually 1 full month of rent. So your first time walking in the door, you're going to have to pay 4 months rent at once. This is something that I was not told at all before I came here. In fact, 2 days before my flight to China, my very first time arriving in China, the company that hired me sent me an email and said, oh, by the way, we recommend having about $2,000 on hand when you arrive in China, which I don't know if you've met any recent college graduates at all, but usually we don't have an extra $2,000 laying around, especially when we are flying to a different country 7,000 miles away for the first time. So that was a little alarming, but somehow, some way, I'm still alive. Aren't you guys so lucky? Thing number 2 that I wish that I knew before I came here. In a lot of small apartments, there's actually no kitchen. You're not going to have a stove. You're not going to have an oven. You're not going to have a range with a built-in microwave like back home in America. So you need to make sure that you know how to accommodate for that. In my particular kitchen, there's plenty of counter space. There's just nothing there to help you cook anything. So I had to go out and buy an electric hot plate so that you can still cook here. And basically that takes the place of the stove. And for baking, I have a small toaster oven on my counter. The third thing that I wish I knew before coming here is that dryers aren't really a thing here. Even in the north of China, where it does get very cold and occasionally snows in the wintertime, there's no dryer. So you need to hang everything to dry. Usually your apartment will have this extra sort of balcony type area where you're going to be hanging a lot of your laundry to dry. So you do need to buy a laundry rack or some type of hanging device so that you can hang many things at once. And you also need to plan accordingly. If you want to wear a certain garment tomorrow and you're only washing it tonight, maybe there's a chance that it will not be dry in time. So you need to think ahead about when you need to wash stuff and how long it's going to take to dry before you think about what you're going to be wearing the next day. So far, this actually hasn't been a problem for me, and it's something I got very used to. My apartment does face the sun, which is very fortunate for me. Things tend to dry very quickly, and in the wintertime with the heat on, even if I wash clothes at night, they'll usually be dry in the morning. So I haven't had any problems with this. And if you're going somewhere in the south of China where it's usually warm anyway, you definitely won't have any issues with this, but it is something to think about before you come here. The fourth thing that I wish I knew before coming here is another thing that definitely pertains to smaller apartments, but even in some of the bigger apartments that I've been to, it's been mostly the same situation. Your shower basically is your bathroom, or your bathroom basically is your shower. I don't really know how to say it the right way, but basically your whole bathroom is the shower. So when you are taking a shower, everything in your bathroom is going to get wet. Your toilet's going to get wet. Your sink is going to get wet. If you have a roll of toilet paper out, maybe that is in the line of fire and you need to move it out of the way before you shower. And every time that you do take a shower, you're going to want to take a squeegee and scrub the whole floor with it to make sure that all the water is gone so that your floor doesn't turn into a slip and slide and that there's no mold or anything gross like that happening in your apartment. So I figured I'd take you guys into my bathroom so you could see exactly what I mean about the shower. And like, I mean, who doesn't want to see my bathroom? That's normal. Also, please ignore how red my neck is. I'm a grown man who doesn't know how to shave apparently, so that happened. And, oh, I'm sorry, what was that? Oh, my blue toilet water? Why yes, I am a millionaire. Thanks for noticing. No, but seriously, did anyone else grow up poor and then go to their friend's house and see the blue toilet water for the first time and be like, oh, my friends are so rich? I remember once I came home from school and my mom had put it into our bathroom at home and I was like, oh my god, my mom won the lottery, you guys. So as you can see, the bathroom is really small, which means that when the shower's running, everything here is going to get wet. In some bathrooms here, the sink is actually in a different part of the house. So maybe the sink won't be here, but the toilet will be. So you're gonna wanna keep the lid closed because you definitely don't wanna like forget that you took a shower and then have someone come over and then sit on your wet toilet because they are going to be terrified and they're going to think you are a disgusting person. So now as you can see, the whole bathroom is basically getting soaked, which means that now it's squeegee time. Hey, it's me, Luigi Squeegee. The shower has 2 gross but functioning drains, so when you want to choose where to squeegee the water, the shower is your oyster. Again, this is something that you also need to plan a bit for because it may take you a little bit longer than showering in your own country. You need to plan for the time that it's going to take for you to squeegee all of the water away before you leave the house each day. Thing number 5 that I wish I knew is that most apartments here come fully furnished. So if you're renting just a small regular apartment, most of the furniture is already included with your apartment. In my apartment, almost everything here except for a couple of things that I bought from IKEA were included with my apartment. So the sofa that I'm sitting on, the tables, the chairs. My washing machine was already here, which is great because I've never actually owned my own washer before. Hi dirty clothes, daddy's gonna wash you soon, babies. My TV was already here when I came here. Speaking of TV, why don't we see what's on? Oh no, oh no, no, no. It tastes like soap. Alright, that's enough of that, I think. Also, we're pretty proud of our wires here. They just kind of let them hang wherever they feel like it. So I basically just contributed to the madness by buying a whole bunch of video game systems and dumping them all in one corner and letting my wire freak flag fly. Wait, where was I? Oh right, so my bed was already here when I got here too, which I know is a little bit strange maybe to think about, and it did kind of have a questionable stain on one side, but whatever, just flip that over, it's like a brand new bed. The beds here are also basically rock hard. I've seen a lot of flat pancake mattresses that are basically like sleeping on the ground. Box springs, we don't know her here. Soft mattresses, girl, bye. A lot of people say that it's good for sleeping. It's good for your back when you're sleeping to sleep on a hard flat surface. That's something that I got used to pretty quickly here, but last year I did go home for a visit for Spring Festival, and that is when Miss Rona came to town and messed up everyone's lives. I won't talk about that right now, which means that I got stuck in America for almost a full year. And while I was in America, I was sleeping in a soft, luxurious bed every night, and I kind of got unused to sleeping on concrete. I mean, on my old bed. So when I came back to China, I actually went to IKEA here and I bought a pretty nice soft mattress topper. The mattress topper is actually more expensive than the mattresses there. I'm not really sure how that happened, but the point is that now my bed is a lot softer and I'm sleeping a lot better than when I first came back. So if you're someone that needs to sleep on a soft mattress to get a good night's sleep, you're definitely going to want to go somewhere and get a nice mattress or get a mattress topper like I have. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video about things I wish I knew before renting an apartment here in China. And house tour? Did I just take you guys back to my place? Oh my gosh, usually I'm not that kind of YouTuber. If there are any topics you'd like to see me cover about how China is different from back home or from your country, please let me know down in the comments below. And as always, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. It would really mean a lot to me if you would join us here on Brian Abroad. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.